Where have you been? I be here, yo. Also, the hood has been unhooded. Oh, jeez. um. Oh, I don't know. Welcome to my camera that will zoom and unzoom every 2 fucking seconds because I'm broke. It's better than the computer one though. Admit it. Yes, I am not wearing my scarf or my hood, my towel, my blanket, my rag, whatever they say. I'm not wearing it. This video is actually very fucking terrifying for me to make. Because, well, the reality of my situation is there's a million videos out there taken by my friends and such that I do not wear the scarf in. Because I've basically taken it off. Literally, since I moved to Colorado and already in Illinois. If I wasn't around my family, Zoom, thank you. Zoom. If I wasn't around my family, I would be not be wearing my hijab because I was already, by the end of college, especially my masters, I did not want to wear it anymore because I'm not really, in case you haven't noticed, I smoke marijuana, I drank, I shake some ass sometimes. It's my God-given right, in my opinion. But it's not technically my God-given right according to my religion. In fact, according to my religion, I'm going to hell. Okay. I'm going to hell. That's the truth. That's the truth. And it's okay. It's fine. I've come to terms with that. Not really. But that's why I'm slowly, trying to be who I want to be if I'm not hurting myself or others, then it should be fine type shit. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm taking a big leap. Un lipo bigo. Even though there is several videos out there on every platform of me without my scarf, my doohickey, my wrap, my tortilla shell. Okay. I'm posting it on my own channel, with the threat of the 5 people in my life that I don't want to see that I'm not wearing my scarf anymore, seeing it. And that's a big step for me. And I know to most people it's like, okay, so you're taking a hood off. What the fuck is the issue? The issue is the hood holds a lot of meaning. It holds a lot of meaning, you know what I'm saying? I decided to wear the hijab in 6th grade. I didn't even hit puberty yet, really. I didn't even get my period yet. So I wasn't really, anywhere near the mental state and progression I am now. Not that I'm mentally progressed. Quite the opposite. But, I am at a point now where I'm like, I want free will. And I tied so much meaning into the hijab because it's kind of how you represent your religion for a lot of people. And then, if you have an Arab dad, he's like, when are you gonna wear it? When are you gonna wear it? You gonna wear it next year? You gonna wear it next year? And I'm like, yeah. So I, was extracurricular, extra zealous. And I wore it in 6th grade. And that was really early, I'm realizing that now. I've been having a little bit of therapy too. And not to be that what I learned in therapy guy. But I do hold a lot of religious guilt. Although I'm not religious at all, really. I'll get into that one day. But I respect I guess I'm just not a I'm just non-practicing. I respect and uphold a lot of the values of my religion, but I'm not really like, I don't believe that in order for people to not touch me or violate me, or in order for me to appear modest, I have to cover my whole body. Scoobity oobin wobbin schwab. And guess what? That doesn't stop bad things from happening. And that's, I think, a lot of my trauma makes me think about religion in a certain way. Not to get all too philosophical on my fucking first video back in a long ass time, but it's how I feel. But it's like, I don't know. I just feel like the concept of, it always seems like women are like, be told to cover up yourself, don't laugh too loud, don't look at men, avert your gaze, don't walk in front of men on the stairs, don't stand in front of them. You know, it's like all that. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so I am completely, and I'm not saying that I can't express myself as like wearing the hijab, and I still wear it at work, I'll get into that. It's fucking logical fallacy, but you can still be an amazing, stylish, beautiful woman with a hijab on. And I've experienced that, and I've felt very beautiful a lot of times. And it's not that I don't feel beautiful in the hijab, but it's also like, there is something very important to me about like feeling sun on my scalp and not covering the hair that I actually really love, even though it looks like really good right now. It looks really good. Since I've been in 6th grade, have covered myself to the outside world. Only women can see my hair, and only like men related to me can see my hair. And I'm like, that's cool for a couple years. You're like, whatever. And you're like, I'm doing one for Allah, bro. Okay, we're gonna be homies after this. But the reality is, for me at least, this is not true for a lot of people, and that's okay. But for me at least, as soon as I kind of got into college, I was like, I'm like not digging this too much anymore. Cause I used to wear like dress, like I used to have to wear things that covered my full body and also covered like up to my knee. Like I had to wear a burkini, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you never had to wear a burkini before, don't talk to me about this shit, bro. Cause you can go and you could feel so hot, and you can go and you're like confidence, period, you know. And then you get that one look of someone like, now what in the green day is that? And it kind of just gives you a little trigger, because you're like, damn, I'm just trying to exist, but you are wearing a burkini in Western society, so. And that's the other thing. I'm bouncing from subject to subject. Welcome back, bitches. But the other thing is, I grew up in America. Yes, I visited Egypt almost every year at one point in my life, but I did not live there. I mean, I lived there for a year. But also, we were way too American for that shit, bro. That was scary. That was crazy. But I grew up in America. So I grew up in a very Western society. I grew up with Western, like, fucking everything around me is like Western ideals, right? So it's like the idea of wearing hijab, like, although nowadays it's a little more common, obviously, to see that around. But when I started wearing the hijab, there wasn't even like, hijabis weren't even like working in like in stores or anywhere. Like, you wouldn't really see a hijabi in the wild, at least where I lived. So it was very like, I was the first person in a lot of scenarios to like be wearing the hijab, and that was cool, right? But like, you can't blame me for wanting to like feel the fucking sun on my skin, like wear clothes that accentuate the flumps, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to be like expressive in a way where it's like, I think I did my time, in the sense that I did very much cover myself, and I did the whole nines, and I didn't even try to wear tight clothes, and I didn't try to like show off any part of me. But it's like, it's not showing off at this point, like, you know, like I think that's just the damn quality of this. But it's like the freedom to like not have to cover yourself, if that makes sense. It's like if I'm doing it for the foundation of the, okay, we're doing this to be modest and, you know, to protect ourselves against gays and not gays. The male gays. Not gays. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, yeah, okay, cool. But now I'm like married. This is all like personal. By the way, like I don't like think this is true for anybody but myself, but this is my journey with it. And I know millions of other women have experienced their journey with it. But like, in my opinion, bro, and like my experience, like wearing the hijab brings you a lot more holy shit, attention in this society, and you get exoticized. People see you as exotic. Like I have had several times in my life, with men particularly, that will almost fetishize the idea of me being a Muslim, but like, oh, she's like a social Muslim, or like she talks to guys, or she like is quote unquote normal. Can you fucking do your damn? Anyways, stop it. Yeah, but like, so you kind of like adopt this persona that like allows you to fit in, because then you go home and it's like the most Middle Eastern thing in the world, you know. You're fucking busting out the pita bread and you're doing your prayers and shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you go to school and they're like, dude, I did this one thing and I get to wear like shorts in the summer and I get to like talk to boys without thinking that that's a one-way ticket to El Diablo, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so cool, so valid. So yeah, when I went to college, I was like, I have a little distance from home. If my father ever sees this is my explanation. Take it in. I know you'll never talk to my ass again, but just take it in. Take it in, please. Listen to me. When I went to college, obviously I experimented up the fucking wazoo with everything. But it was also like I experimented with the thought of like, okay, I'm gonna walk my dog without my scarf on, or I'm gonna go to this store without my scarf on. And it felt like I was like Hannah Montana, except like if Hannah Montana didn't just switch wigs and if it wasn't completely tied with insane religious guilt. You know what I'm saying? Like that Hannah Montana, you know what I'm saying? Like the Arab version, like the Muslim version, like Abrar Montana, like that was my life. That is kind of still my life, where it's like, this is a huge step because I'm like, I'm outwardly put, like, yeah, sometimes I put my hood on, but that's the midway. And I know that's true for a lot of people. That's the midway for like, you kind of taking off your scarf, but like you're still like not fully taking off, like you're not, you know, so you kind of just keep your hood on. I'm past the hood phase though, because I would wear my hood everywhere, and I know most people were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, no, it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? But like now, then at that point in college, I'm like, man, like, who am I gonna hurt? Like, I know I feel all this insane guilt because this is the way I grew up, and it's told like this is never something you should ever do. It's like one of the biggest sins you commit, blah, blah. And then, like, you hear about, like, from your very sheltered, like, few people you talk to, like, your parents who are like, did you hear so-and-so took off their hijab? And I'd be like, why are we talking about that? Who cares? And I'm like, what, did they hurt someone? Like, did they actually do anything wrong? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why it's so scary for me, because I'm like, I can just hear that over and over again. But, like, I'm at the point now, not where I'm just going to straight up tell the people that would be upset by this, but I'm gonna live my life and I'm gonna express myself the way I feel comfortable in. And the reality is, like, I loved representing what I represented in the hijab, and I still do in a lot of ways, but like that wasn't like ever like me, and it's like the first thing that people kind of see or acknowledge when they meet you. That's just the reality of it, and it's like that's nice in some ways, but in some ways it's like other ways it's like, no, I kind of just want to be me, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to like express myself in the way I want to express myself, and it's like if I'm not really even religious anymore, so like, well, what am I doing, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the dilemma I be facing on the daily. But when I moved to Colorado, I'm like, shit, nobody really knows me here. So I like basically took it off completely, except for at work, because to be honest, I'm not ready to like change my ID type shit. Like I'm not ready to like professionally show up without a hijab, because that's still like, it's like when Hannah Montana stepped on stage type shit. Like, you know, it's like that's very much a part of me. It doesn't feel like there's one without the other at this point. So like I'm not at that point, but like as soon as I'm not at work, I'm out here, bro. I'm out here, and I felt freedom and sense of self in a way I've never felt before, like ever, because usually it was just tied with guilt. If like, even if someone accidentally saw me with my scarf off, I'd be like, oh my god, like, I'm going to hell. But it's like now I really just be doing whatever I want at the discretion of I'm still trying to be the best person I can be, and still trying to, you know, never harm others or myself with my own actions. And I feel like that's kind of like the basis of being, like, you can't really judge someone if they are just doing that. You know what I'm saying? Judge someone as in, like, no one deserves to be looked at differently for just living their life and not hurting anybody in the process. That's my big thing. Like, and it always will be. I'm like, just be whoever the fuck you want to be, but, like, I have nothing to say about it, like, unless you're, like disturbing me physically in some way, or like or mentally hurting me, you know. But like I don't give a fuck. And it's like I've always not given a fuck, but I've never given a fuck enough to not give a fuck, in the sense that I stopped giving a fuck on with what I do, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, right. Anyways, I wanted to post this. I'll talk about this more. I kind of just want to talk about it now. I think it helps. And it's like, if anybody ever finds this that knows me and they're like, yo, what the fuck? And then they kind of like look into it more and they're like, okay, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more context. Feels better. I don't know. And I'm going to just start posting shit on here. Like the next video I'm about to post, where the editing is going so well, and I didn't have to delete and redo it so many times. Also, like, why do some editing softwares just have a big ass watermark like in front of everything? You're foolish. You're mean for that. Anyways, yeah, you know, just want to talk about it. Just want to put it out there. It's very scary for me. Very scary. Even though there's people who have done this and do this all the time, and there's so many women out there who are just like openly Muslim, but like not religious in that way, and have changed their life in a lot of ways where nobody blinks a fucking eye. But it's like just because like of what I have personally experienced, and there's certain people in my life who like make it seem like it's the end of the world. You know what I mean? But yeah, scooty wub, oobin wub, and schwab and woo woo, oody swab. Hopefully I don't go. Hopefully I don't go away for too long this time. Post some videos. Oh, I forgot to show you my bum foot, bro. Hold up. Yeah, what? She got that lefty tiffy. That lefty tiffy. That lefty tiffy. I should probably not be doing that. Oh!